All right. How's it going, everyone? Gonna do a little kit bashing today. Let me finish setting up here real quick. Oh, he's got a bunch of crap to push here. Let's see. Buttons, buttons. Let's go here first. Just throw in this thumbnail. Done. Okay, looks good. Looks good. Let's go here. Let's put this button. That. More buttons. This. That. Uh, this. Okay. Almost done. 1 second here. Let's see. I'll pop out chat real quick. That is not what I wanted. Maybe. Pop out chat. Close this. This. Just chat. Sure. Okay, that didn't work. Give me 1 second here, boys. Why don't I get notifications anymore? Hmm. We'll figure it out. This. Um, hmm. Hide seconds. The heck is hide delay? Hmm. Weird. One second, one second. Um, hmm. Ah, no, that's weird. I don't understand why that's not working. Let's try again. Why is that going there? Hmm. There it goes. Okay. Now it works. Yay. Technology stuff. All right. Let's put this at the bottom so I can see. Let's put the camera up here. Click some buttons. Open that. Open this. Open that. Okay. I'm done. Let's try to refocus. Let's do that. All right. I think we're good now. That took a minute. All right. Holy smokes, huh? All right, we're gonna try to kit bash this little guy. Pulled out the sprue already and the assembly sheet. So I have a vague idea of what I want to do. Let me try to find some paper here. Where's the little note cards at? Oh my gosh. 100 million wires. Give me one second, boys. Why don't I even, let me just use this. Um, okay. Damn, one of these works. Okay. Let's do this. That's some bull crap there. All right. So, I have a little idea of what I want to do. Let's sketch it up here. Just look good enough. So this little guy, I was thinking, right? I was thinking, so we got the base. Got the base that's like that. And then what he's standing on is this little deal. Oh, let me fix one thing. See that chat is always on. Okay, close that. That should have fixed that. Oh my gosh, sorry guys, sorry. Okay, so you're gonna be standing on this little deal, but it's kind of low to the ground, and I kind of don't like the way he's hunching over, and his weapons are downward. I always hate that little like squished, hunched over kind of vibe. I kind of like them to be bigger and more showy. Kind of similar to how this is. So I was thinking, not only with his base, which is just a squiggly base with a dinosaur footprint, right? And his two legs here. I'm thinking we're going to build his base up to be taller, right? Then we'll have that dinosaur foot there, and he'll be standing up on top of this. And I was thinking we'll add a bunch of junkyard debris, maybe a tire of some sort, maybe some iron beams. Maybe we'll have some skulls or something down there. Maybe a little dead corpse. We'll build this base all the way up, right? I think that's what we'll do for that. But his little pose, he's all squished up here. Let's kind of just do his hair's all crazy, right? There he is. He's got a little beard, shoulder pad. His weapon's down to the side. I want to take his arm. I want to take his arm and weapon and have his weapon up here, right? So I want him to raise his arm up. I don't care about the gun. The gun can stay down there. I think I need to raise his arm up some. So we're going to have to cut the arm and move him. If he still looks a little too hunched, we'll have to literally cut his waist in half and spread him open so he's more open chest with the weapon up on top of the hill. So there's going to be a little bit of cutting going on here. And I did steal another little guy. It's just a little guy. This little itty bitty wheel guy. He rides on this little wheel. I'm going to use him as just a little sidekick guy. Maybe we throw him down below somewhere. So that's the ideal. First foremost, we need to get his weapon up high. And if he's too crouched, we need to split him in half and spread him open. But first, we got to start putting them together and figure out how that is going to be achievable. So let's start doing some of that stuff. Where's this pen go? Just cram it. What does this paint do? God, so many things are right here. There we go. All right, so let's get our handy dandy little notebook here. Figure out what pieces to start with. So we need 1, 2, 4, and 6. 1, 2, 4, and 6. 1 is the body. We'll cut a little spare off of there. All right, that's 1, 2. 2 is this little piece. Is that little guy? 4. I believe 4 is this crazy backpack. Cut the wrong thing here. One more down here. 1, 2, 4, and 6. And 6 would be the rest of his. It's its shoulder piece or back piece. All right. Well, let's go in and clean some of this up here. We're not dual recording this time. We're just live recording this little guy. Kind of lazy when it comes to making videos because it takes a million years to edit. So we're just going to do this guy live. Just trim that little extra. Snaggly bits. Clean it up with a file after. Okay. Take my doll little file here. Let's just clean up some of that. So you can see that nonsense. A little booger. Oh, some guys like to use a little X-Acto knife. I just take this doll file. Once it's primed, you can't even tell. I just took that off a little bit. Can always sand it a little more if you want. He does have a pretty hardy mold line here too. Let's get rid of that mold line. A little more in that mold line. Oh, let's get our little sandpaper out. Just some 2000 grit deal here. Take a little piece and just kind of buffer that out some. Spread it out a little bit. All right. And once you prime it, you won't be able to, everything's be fine after that. That's good. This tiny little gap here. Early morning kit bashing. My brain isn't functioning yet. Well, some of us wake up at 4:30 in the morning, so time is it? Let's see, 4:30. Yeah, I've been up for 4.5 hours already today. Coffee's already gone. Got a little bit of the coffee jitters. A little shaky. So knocking out these seam lines a little. Being a morning person's weird. Well, when you wake up at 4:30 to get ready for work every day, kind of becomes your normal. Been on overtime since July. Yeah, it definitely seems normal now. Dogs are used to it, wake you up no matter what. Kind of sucks because by the time you get home from work and you eat, do all the bull crap, it's like 7. Then you get tired at 9. You're laying in bed at 9:30. So it feels like all you do is work and sleep and eat. Fun. All right. Those pieces are prepped. Let's see, how do these go together here? Let's take a peek. Well, when you roll out of bed and just log into your computer. That's nice. That's nice. Wish I could do that. Roll out of bed, go into the attached garage and start working. That'd be sweet. That'd be sweet. So it looks like these two go together. Test, pre-test. How do they go together? Tricky problem. Oh, sad. Right, that's it. So now it's there, there. Interesting. And I see. Yeah, moving his weapon upwards gonna be kind of tricky. And where was this piece? Is on this shoulder. Oh my. He's gonna be a little butthead to put together, huh? This goes on. Wow. Goes there. Okay. That one goes there. Is that piece put there? No. This piece. Yeah, it would go there. Oh my God. They did not make this one line up good or easy at all. That's crazy. Then they're saying this piece. This goes over his shoulder. Huh? Shot, that's right. What the fuck? Wow. Let's look a little closer. Hmm. Okay. Well, his little leg goes in here. This goes this way. Wow. Okay. The leg piece. That's easy. The back piece. Just hold that. Figure out this one. Yeah, that's pretty jacked up, man. That's not right either. Oh my God. I don't think I've struggled holding this that badly in my life. That's not right either. Where are they wanting this to glue? Like that? Oh my gosh. Is that about right? It looks more angled. It's more angled. That's not right either. Okay, well, let's get this back piece together. All right, let's do some gluing. Maybe it is a little early, huh? Maybe it is a little early. I'm just gonna lightly super glue this back piece. I can't believe that's that hard. What on there? Oh, good angle. Like cloaks over him. Hmm. Yeah, I think it's more like that. Yeah, I think it's more like that right there. There it is. Okay. Let's test fit again. It's 100% that. And then they're saying, right there. Wow. Oh, that's an interesting setup. Okay, that might work though, because we're gonna kit bash that arm. Okay, yeah. Let's use a little plastic cement first. See if my bottle clogged up or not. It's been a little while. Oh, okay. Let's put there, there. Let's line that up and squeeze them together. Line it up and squeeze them together. Hold. And we're off to the races. Okay. You know, I should get some activator for the super glue. So this is easier, faster. Yeah, that would be nice. Okay, squeeze them. Mildly set. And this piece goes here. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's it right there. Okay. Yep. I'm gonna have a pretty big seam line right there. Gonna be a pretty big seam line. That's okay though. Alright, let's figure out what is touching here. Okay, mostly just there, and amount there. Okay, let's get this on. Alright, hold and squeeze them. Hold and squeeze them. Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that arm placement out. It didn't make them easy to cut. My initial plan of having to cut them in half to get that crouched body more open. I don't think I'll be able to. That's some major surgery, which I don't want to do that major. Then I'll have to sculpt them good. We can always open his body up by leaning him back instead of keeping him crouched. Alright, then we got his little foot. Little leggy poo. It's the tiniest little leg. It's gonna take a little there. And that is that. Make things easier. One dab with super glue. Tiny amounts. Don't need a lot. And right about there. That's it. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's set him down. We need piece 5. Piece 5. I believe it's this backpack. Some line. Just a little bit of sanding right here. Let's go as much as you want. So primer's gonna hide most of it. A few layers of paint and you're gold. Okay. Let's see how this one fits now. Okay. It's a pretty big backpack. Pretty big backpack we got there. Just a little bend. It's a little itty bitty bit there. All right. Let's see what we got here. Put a little extra here. Just to make sure it stays. Crazy. One. Dabs of super glue just to help it set in place quicker. Get it on there and squeezing. Okay. Squeezing. Commence. Smush it. Hold it. Squeeze it. Pop it. Uh, twist it. Pull it. Pop it. Remember that game? Oh, you remember that game. Not too worried about that some line. Maybe put a few little like rivets there. Make it look like it's kind of two-piece anyway. Okay. Next up, what do we got? We take number one and we gotta make 7, 8. 7, 8. Big old giant weapon, man. Big old giant weapon. And the eight's this other little claw. Wonder if I put a body in between his pincers. be cool. Have him splicing something. I have to think about that one. Quite a bit. Sandy. Oh, big old booger, huh? Giant booger gone. Couple little mold lines there. A little bit. Mold line here. It's good enough. So the pincer. I think we got some mushroom stuff right there. Okay, let's check this pincer out here. We got another little booger right there. Okay. Did we throw a body in there? Did we throw a body in there? That's the question. Let's just see what it looks like. So they got his arm pointing downwards. Let's look at that picture again. Some of that's his hair, isn't it? Dang, he got that cloak and his hair combined. Okay, that's gonna be a little tougher than anticipated. So how can we get this arm roaring upward? How can we get that arm roaring upward without destroying it all? So it goes there. That's pretty tough. His arm's really tucked in there too, boys. I almost have to jeweler saw that arm completely off. That cloak shape is totally wrong. It needs to be folded up if his arm goes up. Ew. 'Cause I want it to be upward. At least like that. At least like that. Okay. Let's set that arm aside for now. Let's see what else we got going on. 9-10. That's his other hand. 9-10. 9-10. There's the 10 is the drum. That is definitely a drum. Okay. Paint's cracking up already. Oh, we'll have to drill the barrel out too. Let's knock this seam line out of here. Okay. Seam on the bicep there. Get that out. Let's drill this barrel. Ponder for a minute. That size good enough? That size is good enough. Let's go for it. Get it started. That's all on my hang on, boys. Some bullshit in here. Bullshit on my drill bit from the last project. Okay. Okay, that looks centered to me. Reverse it. Oh, there you go. There's a little drill hole. Come on, camera. Maybe. There you go. It's trying to focus. That's deep enough for a hole. It's the illusion, you know? Could go a little bigger, but I think that's fine. Good enough. Let's play this barrel on here. And I'll go that way. Just gonna put a dab of super glue there. A little dab. That should be more than enough. Eh. Maybe we get a little crazy here and a little bit right there. Let's not glue our fingers together. There you go. And squeeze her. Squeeze it. Squeezy. Okay, this arm. It doesn't line up very. What's going on with that? Oh, shoulder piece covers it anyway. Where's that shoulder piece at? Huh? Oh, it's part of his head. I see. Okay. So, that should wedge in there. Somewhere about that. We're hitting a little booger right here. Hold. Kind of feel like the gun should be more straight. Should we open them up? Could open them up a little bit. Let's browse here. So I want this here, and instead of enclosed, open them up. Could open them up. That would be nice. How will we open this arm up, though? We've got these little hair pieces, too. Probably have to put those back. The hair's blocking us from rotating. All right, let's see what the head looks like. Let's see how the head looks. Thought he had a tongue. No, the tongue's way deep in there, huh? So his head is turned. So instead of downward, that blocks literally everything behind his beard. That's impossible to paint. So crank that arm over. Could crank that arm over. Could crank his arm over rather than downward. Just one little nook to get in to paint his chest. It's mostly just going to be shadows in there. Just about cramped. Let's pop them open. Let's make him like looking and shooting one direction. Okay, I'm happy with that arm. We can do that for sure. So this hair deal we got over here. Let's take a look. So normally it's down like this. And we do have another hair piece. Where's that hair piece go? Literally right on top. Okay, not a big deal then. So we cut the hair off of this shoulder. Turn it in. Let's start with this hair. How do we want to take it out of there? We may pull out the handy dandy jeweler saw, boys. I brought my little one home. Ones I use at work are way longer. That's normally longer. Let's cut the hair out of there. See what we can do from there. So without a jeweler saw table, this might be a pain in the butt. Let's see if we can just use the edge here. I know you can't see nothing, boys, but let's do this. I don't have a jeweler saw table. Normally it's like a square with a little like cutout. So let's do this. I'm just gonna jeweler saw his hair off to try to not destroy the shape here. Let's save this little hair piece. Just follow that seam line a little bit there. Careful towards the end of the cut. There you go. Okay. Salvaged the hair. Salvaged the hair. Okay. Let's try to go back to where we were. Dandy dandy jeweler saw. Lost my blanket. Hold on. Oh man, I'm feeling old today, huh? Jesus. So the hair we can keep there. Nice. We even got that little ledge. Nice. Okay. Come on, camera. It's an asshole. Okay. Salvage the hair. Hard to see, but it's still there. Cut that little lip there too. Nice. Okay. Hair salvage. Now the arm piece. Now we want to curve this. Oh, we could just stand it. Could just stand it up. Could just stand it up. Yeah. Let's put this back on and see. So maybe we stand it rather than upward. Oh, that actually almost fits. Hold on. Almost actually fits a shape. Ooh. Ooh, from the back, that's not bad looking. The front, we might have to work a little on it. Try to do it with the standing pose. Let's cut the base off. See what we're working with here. I feel like that one leg is off too. That one goes there, and that one goes there. It is off a little bit. I have to heat up that leg and move it. Okay, so he is leaning forward like a lot. So I want him to open up. Let's just see how the staff would be. If we just stood it up. I'm gonna have him raised up too on the base. Go with that pose. Upward. More upward. It's early and I'm sleepy. Hello, Jimmy. So we're deciding the pose rather than generic down to the side. Rather than generic down to the side pose. You can't see shit. And tucked in arm. Too cramped. Jeweler sawed off the little hair piece that was on this arm. Save it to put it back on. But I'm thinking instead of a tucked in arm, instead of tucked in, we open this arm up. Hard to hold, boys, I'm sorry. Instead of tucked in, open this arm up the direction he's facing. And instead of this arm tucked, it's just tucked there. We either pose it straight or huzzah. What do you think? Huzzah in the air or just a standing? Huzzah or standing? Huzzah. Yeah. So something like that. And then instead of the gun being cramped tucked in, pointed outward like he's shooting, huzzaing. Okay, that's the plan, boys. So, you missed the jeweler sawing, but we cut off this little hair piece. Tiny little bitty piece. We gotta put it back on. Maybe we glue the head on, then we position everything else, because the head's not gonna move. That head's not gonna go anywhere. So let's put the melon on. That shoulder piece ain't going nowhere. Let's clean up this edge a little bit here. Okay, let's put the melon on, because that's not moving. Alright, let's use the cement on this. Come on out, baby. There we go. Okay. So, the melon head there, there. How's that shoulder line up? Put some across this. Little under. Something like that. Sneak in one dab of super glue, just help hold it quick. And then squeezing. Squeezing commence. We're squeezing. Squeezing commenced. Nice. Okay, and this little hair piece has to go back. Gotta cut it off of his shoulder arm. We're gonna have to put that little piece of hair back. I think we're just gonna super glue him. That's gonna be the most logical thing here. It's literally just setting there. Okay, okay, okay. And then that jeweler's salt spot, let's dab a little super glue there. Okay. Hair back in place. Nice. Sweet. Alright, let's do this arm first. All the kit bashing on this is going to be covered up. You won't see any of it. He is facing that way. So, I don't have to be too clean. Let's slowly chunk off bits till it fits. So many small. I know it, man. I'm rusty too. I feel rusty. Everything seems extra small today. Everything seems extra small. So we need to trim just a wee bit more here, maybe. Yeah, think about it. Should we make him like gangsta? Should we gangsta gat it? Oh, that's kind of sick. A gangsta gat, dude. Oh, that's kind of sick, bro. What do you think, bro? Ah, gat, dude. Maybe. That's I'm feeling that vibe, bro. Inner city. Yeah, boy. Maybe. I think that's kind of fun. I think that's kind of fun. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, dude, that's kind of sick. That's hilarious. I think that's hilarious. You had a bunch of whining an hour ago? What was you whining about? Waking up early? What'd you say a little while ago? Let's see. Early morning kit bashing. My brain isn't functional yet. Yeah, I think you have a bunch of whining in the chat. Well, side note, Chad. Um, your comments shouldn't be hidden anymore. I switched the option for that. So feel free to be an idiot, but don't be overly an idiot, please. Thank you. Yeah, nice. Gangsta. Oh man. Oh she. I need it right about there. That opens it up to paint a little better too. Okay, I see just a little bit of trimming needed. Come on, idiots, your default setting. That's fine. I say worse things than you type, so it's fine. Not like YouTube's gonna do anything to me. We're little guys that don't matter at all, and I don't think we'll ever matter, so it's fine. Welcome. Fuck 'em. I don't care. I'm too old to care anymore. All right, gat location. It's a little angled. Get back. Gangsta. Yeah, I like that. That's fucking great, dude. All right, we're gluing that boy in place. Okay. I'm gonna put quite a bit there so it gets all melty in there and schmelts together. Put it all up. Let's get a blab in there too. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty solid there. You know, I could dab a little super glue right here. Hold it. Okay, we got it. Is that about it right there? That looks good right there. Right there. I think that's it. Just a little bit of angle. Yeah, that's sick. Like that. Okay. We hold it. Holding, commence. That's fucking great. I'm happy too because that opens up paint in his chest. And it's hard to get in there, I bet. So, We can do a little bit of this. Fill a little bit of that armpit with super glue. And we might have to let them set for a minute. It's not quite straight with his eyes, but that's fine. Because when you're gatting, hey, where's the camera? Yeah, you're gonna be crooked anyway. You ain't. Yeah. Oh, that's fine. Yeah, yeah. Oh, that's fine. Okay. We gotta let that guy dry. So again, I don't have activator, and I haven't made sprue glue yet. So take a second break. Let's cut this hair off here. Oh, oh, Jimmy, I looked at those helicopter guys too. They're actually really easy to put together. They're almost like just majority of them's just two halves, and then put the propellers on, glue the base on, and you're like done putting them together. Painting them, different story, but putting them together looks super easy. It's kind of awesome. That'll be kind of awesome, huh? And I did look at the Templars. Holy smokes, there's a lot of stuff in that box. Oh, God, there's so many pieces in there. That's a lot of plastic, man. That's a lot of plastic. But I do have some ideals for them. 100% have some ideals for them. Yep. It's just making an army is that's a lot of work. So we do have a weird capping, and you could go in there and putty that, but I don't think anybody's ever gonna see it. Could put a little fill in there. And I think I'm out of. So if you have no sprue glue or putty, Philly putty, like green stuff or milli put, right? Get gel super glue, and you can just gel super glue into those cracks and fill it, and it dries super fast, and you're done. Mine, unfortunately, I believe is empty. Let's find out. Oh no, we have some. It's just the tip is jacked. The tip is jacked. Well, maybe we do grab a little bit of that. Just a little bit of that. Not a lot. Just a little bit. Just. Still feel that armpit, son. Fake it in. I'm just gonna leave it. That's fine. It's fine. It's fine. But I don't want to get into sculpting bullshit under an armpit for no reason. There's no reason to do all that nonsense. All right, how's the arm? All right, sturdy enough. Let's figure this one out. Huzzah, we say. Huzzah. This one is going to require a little bit of work here. It's perfect right there. Okay, it fits good there, but you have an ugly hole that the camera don't want to pick up. Okay, focused. See the hole? We are designed right about in there. Got an ugly armhole. Yeah. So to combat the ugly armhole, a few options here. Just glue this in place and add to it, or glue it in place and add just another little piece of cloth in front of the hole. Yeah, I think that option 2 is going to be the winner for me. And the back view, I think that'll line up pretty good. I think that's not bad. I think that's not bad. Heads up. Okay, I think we're going to go for it. Yeah, we're going to go for that. Okay. We also have the other pincer. Still the trick. Perfect. Yep, that's a winner. All right, let's glue this in. Then we'll make a little piece of cloth to cover that hole because I'm too lazy to sculpt the bicep right now. I don't think anybody wants to watch a blurry bicep being sculpted. You know what I'm saying? I think you know what I'm saying. Let's get all that in there. Let's just get a little bit all over. Let's see. Get that right about there. Right about there. Holding commence. And for a little piece of cloth, we might do the tape trick. We might do the tape trick for cloth. Yep, the tape trick. Something's cocked back just a little too much for my liking. Bend it forward just a little bit. Losing it. Let's pull the super glue out. Come on, baby. Ugh. Let's dab a little super glue. Just a little bit there. A little bit there. Yeah, right there is not bad. Okay, just gotta make sure it sets. This is where having that activator would be nice. Yeah, that's good. Oh, nice. It's like be pretty good. We'll cover that goofy hole up. Some cloth. All right, once that sets, let's pull out. Let's pull out some stuff to make a little bit of cloth. Let's see what we got to work with here. A little bit of cloth. So we can use that, or uh, the other thing that works for cloth is, some of that medical tape wrap, which I don't have any. Oh, I might. Nope, it's in my toolbox at work. That medical wrap tape works perfect for cloth for miniatures. It's kind of textured, sticky, and you can just like stick it there, dab a super glue, prime over it, you're done. It's really good. But regular ass tape will work. Regular ass tape should work. So we want to make a little piece of cloth here. So just a little piece. Fold this in on itself some. Just a little extra tape stick. Just cut a little square here. Squeeze these out. Start to see where it can cover. Okay. Pull out the scissors. So let's cut this jagged. Breakfast burrito coffee. That's how Sunday should start, yeah. So Let's just cut this kind of funky. I want it to look clean. Just a little under wrapping. This little shit. It'd be tricky. I'm just making a quick cover. If I don't like this, then we will sculpt it, but something like that. Alright, let's see if we can stick it. Stick it. Stick it. Stick it. Okay, hang on, boys. Hang on, boys. That right there. Just yeah, just a little piece of cloth bit right there. Glue that bitch in. Super glue that bitch in. Okay. Alright. Let that tape set. Come on, camera. So we're just gonna blend that piece of tape in with the cloth. Trust me, we'll blend it in. Won't even know it's there. Ideally, you'd putty that, form the bicep, and be done. But again, I don't feel like spending 45 minutes on sculpting a bicep in an armpit that nobody in the world's ever gonna see but me. Well, unless you watch this. And we got another trick after that's done. We got some easy way to fill some stuff in there like that too. Instead of using putty, you can always use like some of the grout grout style stuff. It was like mini filler. All right, we gotta let that dry, boys. All our shit's gone off of there. As that's drying, so I don't want to fuck with it. Let's put together his little buddy. And we stole this from the pin boss, but we're gonna use him as a little friend. It's a little itty bitty friend. And camera only ever wants to focus on the background. Citadel green stuff is a great filler. Yeah, it is. Or milliput. Ah, either one of them. This shit takes a while to cure. So is this. That's why the reason I don't feel like filling the armpit, letting it cure. Because I want to prime and start painting this thing today. If you don't have one of those two, though, gel super glue works pretty solid. Hiding it with some cloth elements, easy. And or blood and battle damage. For all I know, I'm gonna make him holding a dead thing and have blood dripping all down that shit, right? There's so many ways to cover up stuff. All right, let's not fuck with him. Let's put this little guy together. I want to put this little guy together. I want him to have a friend. God, this side is itty bitty, huh? Oh, use super glue on that. Because that is tiny. Oh my God, it's so hard to hold. Okay, squeezing. Okay, stuck together. Stuck together. Good enough. Slap his little face on there. I'm trying to make his head. Oh no, dropped him. Oh, he's got some mojo on his head. Hold up. All right. Okay. I wanted to look upwards just a little bit. Up as high as we can go. Got little friend. Got little friend. Little copycat friend for him. Little son. He'll be up on a hill. He'll be down below. Had to add him. He was too cool. Okay. All right. Okay. Next up. This answer. Okay. Pinching. Okay. Let's just poke at this a little bit. Okay. Yep. Hard as a rock. Nice. Just adding small little fake details here. Oh, poked a hole on accident. That's good. Okay. Do one more little piece here. Let's grab. We have. Let's add in some of this. Maybe help blend that stack a little bit. It's a little piece of hair. And I dropped it. No. Okay, got it. Let's add a little piece of hair. Could add some snips. Snip, snips. Let's get these pointed tweezers out here. Okay. Maybe we add this little piece there. Yeah, I could sell it. Yep. All right. We're going in. Holding microscopic piece. Okay, tweezers. Going in. Little extra hair piece. Perfect. Super glue. In your face. Got it. Okay. Go again to glue it. Stop moving. And about right there. Okay. Gotta let that little piece dry. Come on, baby. Uh, Okay. Okay. Got extra little piece of hair there. Once it dries, we'll work it a little bit. We got a little extra cloth. And a tiny little piece of hair. Kind of blends in with the other hair, huh? Alright, how's this frontal hair go on? We still got more hair. That's got hair coming on everywhere. Jesus. What the hell? Is that the way it goes? I almost like him without the hair on top. Now, what the fuck is all that? It's all covering his face. Boys, we put the extra hair on or not? I kind of like him like that. Can see more of him. What do you guys think? No extra hair or hair? Yeah, that kind of looks messy. It's all covering his face. You ain't gonna be able to see shit. I think this looks cleaner. He's still hairy. I think that's more of a vibe. Dang, that is a lot of hair, isn't it? Yeah, it's pretty much all freaking hair. And I wouldn't want to put that on now because it'd be impossible to paint his face. Negative on the hair then. You could add some pieces, but it's round file. Baby round file. Let's let's do a little filing. So I'll try to blend that. Kind of fake it in to make it look like it's part of this other hair. Mhm. that's hitting enough. That other little spot you can't see. Kinda don't look like it's going together, but be in a little bit more. But once it's painted, I think it'll be alright. Nobody gonna be looking at that armpit. Alright, strength test. Break on me. Solid enough. Alright, leaving the hair off. We don't want it. Get it out of here. So I was planning on cutting these feet off, but we are going to use his base as part of our base that we kit bash. But our legs don't quite line up. And he is hunching too forward. That is quite the hunch forward. Kind of want him to be more open and upward. So, considering this leg is crooked, where did I put that? Let's try to move these legs back just a little bit. Okay, got that one back some. Let's do this other one. Right, see if we moved them enough. We gotta spread this leg out some too. Let's see if we got him standing up a little better. Okay, that side looks good. Which one needs better? Actually, that's not bad. Okay, we got him standing up a little better. Before he was like that. Now he's standing up. Standing up. Is it enough? No, let's go a little more. Oh boy. So he will stretch. You don't have to stress it too much. But yeah. Okay. Let's see. Let's line one leg up and the other. Okay, I think I'm gonna go with that. It's not bad. And then when we do his base, since he's still angled, right? And we'll cock him to standing up straight. So the base is going to be crooked. I don't want him sideways as we drop him. All right, let's glue this bitch in. Let's get this guy going, and then we can get the base going. Time is it? Yeah, it's still early. Sweet. Still early. Okay. This guy, that we need to, let's see if that might work. Okay, 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 okay. That's the line. That's the line. Push it. Okay, okay, okay. That one gets pushed into. Okay, okay, okay. Hold, hold, hold the line, boys. Hold. Once this holds done, go back in, super glue a little bit, just to make sure you don't move. Okay, it's not bad. Not great, but it's not bad. Crooked he is. Fucking ass piece of shit camera, you know? Okay. Looks like he's leaning back a little bit. All right. I think right about there. I'm gonna hold this for a second. Whew. I think it's hilarious. I turned the gun sideways. That's pretty good, huh? That adds a lot of character, huh? Okay. Not bad. All right, a couple dabs of the super glue. One more little dab. Mm. I'm just using a shitty brush to kind of blend that super glue in a little bit. Just want to make sure you don't break. Okay, not bad. Alright, he's standing up and down normally now. No longer as hunched. He's opened himself up in a more dynamic pose. Yeah, that's good. That tape's hard as a rock with that super glue now. We'll kind of blend it in with this banner wrap here. We go with that purplish color maybe. It'll be dark and blend in. Yeah, yeah. Cool. And he's got his little friend. Alright, boom. Now, let's clean a little bit of our mess up here. A little bit. Oh, we're gonna keep this super glue out. Keep that out. Space. Lighter way. Did I miss a message? Oh, I don't see a message I missed. I heard the notification. No? Hmm. Let me double check. Oh, I didn't even see RJ in here. Huh. Imagine that. Alrighty then. Alright, put some people's away. Alright, there's his standard ass base. Question is, I want him up a little bit. But if we add a bunch of junkyard stuff, there's not much room to add stuff to the base. That delay for chat is either super long or YouTube don't like my connection. I seen you said leave it off way earlier. There was a delay. I don't know what to tell you. I have the delay set as low as it can possibly be. And I got 1,000 up, 1,000 down. Enters webs. So I don't know. It's YouTube. So I think we go something like that with junkyard stuff built up. Like, that was a tire. maybe we have half a tire sticking out of the ground. And I do have barrels and junk. I have a fire hydrant. Some I-beam action. But let's get him on an angle first. We're going to build up some cork. Some of that mojo right there. So I want him taller and angled. So let's just kind of do this. Okay, angle. Let's get out. Let's get out some rocks. Some rock beds here. Maybe we can get the angle we desire with some rocks. We can get that standing straight up. Yeah, I think that might not be bad. Just feel the piss out of it. Could do that. Let me think a moment. Just cutting down the center of this cork. Thinner piece of cork. Thinner cork. Thinner cork. Nice, nice. Let's get that. Let's see that. That angle a little bit. Yeah, that angles it a little bit. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay, yeah. Let's go with that. Still want them up higher. So let's kind of just randomly break this off. Shrink the corkage down some. But make it random. Yeah. Let's set this here. I want him higher up. So we're just trying to build a platform higher up. That small angle. Okay, we got that small angle. It's higher up. Could clear the frick out of that. Little guy can definitely go there. I want half of a wheel. Half a wheel in the front, so I'll have to cut that in half. Always add like some dead arm out of something. What about some angled pieces sticking outward and shit? Cut them down a little. Have some chunks of rod iron sticking out. Yeah. We'll putty texture fill this to blend it all. I think having that back almost to the edge is perfect. That little angle slope, ideal. That's not bad. Yeah. Okay. Let's glue the cork first. Okay. Step one. Let's glue this cork down. An astronomical amount of super glue. Just soaks into the cork. Okay. And if we gotta pin him, we'll pin him. Not a big deal. I'll pin right through the whole freaking thing. Just to make sure he never falls off. Yup, yup. Okay. And then our two little half pieces of cork for the angle. An astronomical amount of super glue. More the merrier. Yeah, that should be fine. Okay. Too much on the fingers. Okay. All right, it's soaking through pretty good. Okay. Let's keep that there. Let it dry for a sec. Check our anglage. Not bad. Okay, that's not bad. Go with that. Go with that. Yeah, should probably pin him. Let's let the super glue dry some. We may file and angle a little. Maybe a little. Since we don't have a grinder in here, I'm just gonna take this file and Little better. Less voids underneath the plastic here. Yeah, that's better. Little better fitment, little file, less gappage. I think I might still throw a pin through the whole thing. So if we want to pin it, uh, where were those pins I had? Oh, those I gotta go digging for. Pins. And in here. Ah, pins. Those are pretty small pins. Let's just do two tiny ones rather than using paper clips. I don't think it needs a whole ton. And then the smallest one I got. Yeah, that's the smallest one I got. It's okay. That's okay. Let's just throw one right here. Yeah, just throw one right about. Okay. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Now the tricky part. Bum, 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 bum. Throw a super ruler. And shove that there. Just a little pin. See if y'all can see that little tiny pin. Ideally, you'd want to go through the plastic in the bottom, but I'm just pinning him into the cork some. Just to make sure that he don't come popping off of there. And let's throw one right here. Right in the side. Okay. Grab the pen. Some super glues on it. Put that pen in the hole. Push that puppy in there. Okay. There. Should help hold him some. Already more sturdy. Okay. We did not super glue him down though. That was a mistake. That was a mistake, boys. Duh. Alright. Let's glue this guy down. holes are. Be generous with the glue. Okay. Now we can line that hole back up. Boop. Slide that other hole back up. Get our needle. Plug it in. Good little lineup tool. In. Push them down. Squishing. Commence. Yup, yup. Okay. Squishing commenced. Have we squished enough? Let's try to put the pin in farther. Yeah. As far as shoe goes, it's fine. If it's sticking up, not a big deal. Okay. Make sure this prick is sturdy. Yeah, yeah. Sturdy enough. As far as the seams and stuff, we'll putty that, blend it all in. There. Then you go from this crunchy pose to this pose. Huh? A little better. I think that's a little better. All right, now let's figure out some I-beam action, maybe. This is the part that you don't have to be clean at all. Get rid of this cork out of the way. This is the part where you just kind of be creative here. We want a tire in the front, maybe? Or we want to just lay in there. We need the tire in the ground. Oh, yeah. Cut right through this tire. Partial tire in the ground. Make it all like dirty and rusty. It's been there forever. Yeah, could do that. Let's file it a little flat here. I'll show you boys. Maybe we make it angle just a little bit. Angle backwards. slight flat angle. Just a little angle. Maybe right in the front. Try to not have anything flat. Always have this shit crooked. Wacky. And maybe we want to dig this out a little here. Let's grab. Maybe we want that tire to be a little more chunked in right here. Tire wasn't this one. We want it smushed into there a little bit. Help blend the two together. Help hide the backing of this tire. Yeah, maybe the tire goes there. I like that position for that. I still like the little guy right here, maybe. Yeah, I think that's good. Have him off to the side a little. Yeah, okay. Tire, I like the spot. Let's put the tire in. Let's do a little up this. Come on, cement, piece of shit. A little cement, a little super glue. A little combo here. Temporary, permanent super gluage. You said about right there. Kind of pushed into the side, maybe right there. Yeah. A lot junkyard vibes here. And of course, skulls and stuff, right? Can't not have skulls in Warhammer. It'd be crazy. Okay. Not bad. Put a little more. Okay. Okay, what next? So if we have this little guy here, let's say we put the little guy here. Where would this be okay to put? Into the side of that, breaking outward. Shorter though, definitely shorter. Breaking into the side of that, busting out. Yeah, yeah. There's kind of a void right here. We put this guy here. There's still a background void. Like right here, you could fill up just a little bit. This void right here. It's a good spot to throw something. You can still see everything. So let's go ahead and chunk some of that out. Weird. I get input as like somebody messaged or said something, but I'm not seeing them. I'm not sure why. Not sure why. Let's try to cut maybe this into there. Get all rough and jagged. Yeah, a little something like that, maybe. Maybe a little shorter, huh? Slightly shorter. Wanted a clean piece of angle? Maybe. Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe right there. Side view. Make it back a little. No, right about there. I think that's not bad. Hmm. I think that's not bad. So let's put some marks in it. We don't want it to be a perfect piece of angle. So we just start dinging her up. Battle damage-ish, kind of. Maybe, maybe we put some small bullet hole dings in it. Let's take something pointy, stab and twist. You can heat it up too if you want. I think this eye beam wouldn't dent too much, huh? Just a couple little interesting textures. And some basic little bullet holes and such. Maybe a little scratch there. Let's start making some cool little markings. Cool little niches and marks and give it some life. That dog hair out of there. Maybe we put that there. Yup, it's going in. So juice them up. So through there. Through there. spot. Good. Bottom there. And hold. Hold the line. Hold, boys, hold. Hold the line. Hold the line. Yeah. How's that look on the side view? Still see all the detail decently. Switch your camera. Okay. Yep. Good enough. As long as the super glue holds. Yeah. That right there. Okay. Oh my gosh. Uh-oh. We got super glue on our fingers. Okay. Ah. Y'all still watching me? Watching this nonsense? Y'all still watching? You're still watching. Wow. Surprised. Yeah, yeah. Yup. Wow. I'm surprised. Not Jimmy, though. My man fell back asleep. My buck said he fell back asleep. He'll check the video out for the end. Okay. Oh, we definitely want this little guy here. Maybe around in here. It'd be funny if he was riding something. Hang on a minute. Ideal. This is from the Marvel protocol. These are like spare pieces and parts. What if my man was riding a freaking? What if he was riding a piece? That'd be kind of fun. Hmm. Add a little humor in there, maybe, huh? What if? I don't want to make it too tall. He almost fits in there. Ah, maybe it's a slide. Holy shit. Hang on. Let's let's just take a look. Now that covers up our other one. What if? What if it's just a one piece? One piece. I don't know. Let's look. Uh, maybe right here. Maybe I could have them. Hiding the track. Hmm. Be kind of cool. It might be kind of cool. Let's see. Get some of that cork out of the way. Okay, let's cut a different angle on this. Shorten it up some. Maybe we could do that. Just don't want to get too tall. I don't want to take the focus away. Y'all hear that music or no? Probably not. Is that what I'm hearing? Yeah, Expedition 33 soundtrack's playing in the background. I lowered it though. They want YouTube being retarded. Can't get away with anything. I haven't played that game either. I watched some of it, and everyone says it's super good. Hard pass for me. Hard pass, no thanks. I seen the story. I watched someone play it. Not for me. Not for me at all, in any way, shape, or form. Didn't think it was good. Didn't at all. I don't care what anyone says. I don't see what they saw. I didn't see what they saw. Let's glue this angle piece down. I like it. What game is that? Expedition 33. Won literally like all the game awards last year. The only thing I'll give them is I do enjoy their music. I enjoy the orchestra type music. Was that made by French people? The game? I think it was a French game. Yeah, modern day turn-based RPG. Yep, story game. Yeah, French. Didn't like the story. And there's better turn-based games out there. I didn't think it was. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just not from that part of the world. I don't know, man. I don't want to say too much. It's just not for me. Not for me. Oh, thank you. Not a big story game player, and the ones I have played, I have actually liked, like Hellblade, the Sinuous Sacrifice one. I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that one. Yeah, I think a little angle on him like that. Another one you never played. It's Violet. Yeah, some games are just I can't get into. I don't know why. I don't really care if they win all them awards. Shows are rigged anyway. All them award shows are just a big ruse. Yeah, I think I like that right there. We're gonna glue this little guy in. Maybe a little angle too. Little angle. Yeah, that's fun. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. There's some games that are story driven, but it's kind of like the gameplay is not really gameplay. It's actually just garbage. And it's like you gotta get through the garbage to get to the story. Just make a 3D story without the shit gameplay. But then, some of my favorite games like Neo, I mean, there's a story, but it's garbage story. You're not playing the game for the story. You're playing the game for the gameplay mechanics. It's a game made to play, not for story. So I guess some people would say the opposite for like a game like Neo. Be like, oh, the game sucks, there's story. Yeah, but the gameplay is some of the best for its genre, right? Or you got Elden Ring. There's essentially hidden, practically no story, but good gameplay. Those might be hot takes, though. I don't know. Like what you like, play what you want to play. I don't really care. Yeah, look at the little guy. He's riding the rails. Yeah, getting there. Backside now. And a little something back here. Uh, Yeah, a little spike. A little spike sticking out right there, maybe. Yeah, I think I'd like that. Let's get it deeper into this, though. I've been having a hard time playing games lately. It's because we played games for way too long. Maybe we played too many games for too long. Is it bad that I enjoy people watching people play the game rather than playing them nowadays? Yeah, let's add that spike right there. I like that. Nothing wrong with that. No, there's nothing wrong with it, but I never felt that way before. Or when I do play a game, I go super hard in the paint and put like 150 hours in on it in 2 weeks, and then I get burned out, and then I don't play it again. That happens more often than not. Play it to the point where you don't feel good physically. Then it takes you like forever to recoup from it. So I happen with Neo. Do it every single time I play a game I enjoy. Yeah, okay. Okay, what other kind of stuffs can we put on this? Got a nice little space in the front here. Are there fire hydrants in Warhammer? Hmm, there's gotta be, right? Let's see what else we got here. I do have this small little debris right here. Let's steal this little debris. That's a nice little piece of debris, yeah. Man, you could totally just add that right in there. Small stuff in the front. Straight up sticking out. Yeah. Add that little piece. Put it back here somewhere. Yeah. And just a little piece of debris right here. Just to fill up space. Gotta add some skulls too. I don't know if I like that piece. All kinds of little bits. Hmm. Stick this pipe up out on the other side. Looks like a car part. Take a look. Let's see. Kind of looks like a muffler of some sort. Be a framing piece. Frame it in? No, not big enough. It's like a muffler though. It's an awfully big muffler. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know what else we got. Hmm, maybe a little Space Marine head. Maybe a weapon. Maybe a club. Oh, a club. Eh, a sword sticking out of the ground. Throw a sword sticking on the ground. With a hand still on it? That's funny. Still a nice sword. I could use it for something else. But what if what if it was crammed in there? And we break the sword off. We chunk the sword off. Looks like there's a dead guy stuck in the mud down in there. Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hmm. Yeah, I'd get your hands in a bunch, right? About that. About one of those. Think about that. Some of that. Where did yeah, maybe we put the Space Marine's helmet over here. Maybe we stick it back here. Hmm. Let's move the shoulder piece. Yeah, I'm gonna put the hand in here. Let's cut the sword down. Snip. Gotta add some limbs, right? Yeah, I think we're just gonna cram that in there. That's good to me. Okay. There, there's a T-Rex footprint or a monster footprint. Maybe he got smushed. It's hilarious. Okay. What about the Space Marine's head? This was Titus's helmet. Backside though, we'll just throw a skull or two back there. Add another little piece of something. Starting to get the base a little full. I think the shit sticking out of the ground's good enough. The little guy there's fine. We could add just a little bit of a debris there. All right, let's look for skulls. Look around for some skulls. All right, what do we got? Skull-wise, alien-looking dudes, some jawbones, some human skulls, cyclops skulls, giant skulls. Let's snip off. Skull, little regular skull needs to go right here. It's calling out skull. Yep, yep. Warhammer, when in doubt, add skulls. Yep, now add skulls. Warhammer motto. Not really. Come on, little skull. Get your ass in there. Cram your ass. We go. Yeah, little skull. Little skulls. Should we add? I feel like I should add. I feel like I want to add. I want to add one of these. Add that shoulder piece. Side, front. Add there. Tire. Kind of liked it back here. Why? I feel like it needs to get cut up some. Huh, about that. God, what a pain in the ass to hold, huh? Flip it. Oh my God. Struggling. Oh, there you go. Yeah. Yeah, I like that. Right there. He's going right there. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. It's one I use to practice. I did that Titus. Yeah, we can glue that puppy right there. Perfect. Yes. Yep. Add some bling. Okay. Let that dry. Okay. Skulls. 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 Cool skulls. What about this horned guy? Throw a horned guy back here. A horned guy right here. Boy, they're a pain in the ass to hold, huh? Jeez. No, like that spot. Right there. I don't like that one. Alright, maybe a half human skull. If they weren't so itty bitty, pain in the ass to hold. Yeah, we gotta throw a human skull back here. It's lacking in, yeah. Let's dig out some of this cork here. Find a little home for it. Sorry if it's been a pain in the ass to see anything I'm doing. But if you like that, get it. Skull buried. Yeah, smush it. There you go. Little dab of the glues. Okay, couple skulls. We should add a helmet in here too. Two skulls, a sword, tire, some wrought iron. Yeah, what are they called? Dark, what are they called? Death Knights, freaking shoulder piece. I want to add this helmet somewhere. Hmm. Will I be holding it? Will I be holding it? Let's see. Will I be holding it? I don't know. What do you think? Nah, kind of muddies up everything. Cool idea, but no. want the helmet in the front. So maybe we can get it. Get it seated like right there. Not a focal point, but a good spot to have a helmet. Maybe right there. Cut the step off of it. Throw it right there. Okay, let's send it. We are snipping helmet. Oh my goodness. Rip marine helmet. Let's try to position it where we want it, maybe, if we can. Maybe we do have it in the ground in the front. Right next to the sword again. We do just have it in the ground sitting right there. I don't want it up here though. There. Oh, oh. Well, that's got the wrong angle cut on it. Damn, what a pain in the ass to hold, huh? Shit. You're like an idiot when you can't get the little pieces where you want them. Uh, you hear my dogs? What are you guys doing in there? Y'all better behave. Not be in there fighting over food. Alright, I'm just gonna send it. Send it. Helmet is going here. That's where you're going, helmet. There. Oh, you can see it. Okay. Okay. There you go. Want the skulls, tired, hot iron, the dead things. Some interesting little bits and pieces. I think that's not bad. I think I should stop there. feel like this fire hydrant would be funny to put on there, but piece of the sword. Ground. That's kind of fun. Yeah. Oh. Should we? Just kind of just bend it in there. Let's keep playing with it. Stick a little piece. Just a little piece. Oh, just a little piece of broken bit. Just because that's fun. Alright, we gotta let this super glue dry. Okay, let's put some of this junk away. Tidy up a little bit here, boys. Tidy up a little bit here. And once that super glue dries, we can use some texture paints and kind of blend her all together. And I think it's almost ready for priming. Some junkyards always have chains and stuff too. Some sort of chain or something. Eh, awesome. Mesh. Too late now. We're not messing with it. Open it in. Call it. We'll have to prime it. And then we can paint it. I think we'll paint it a little later on, though. We will definitely be taking a little break. Not quite yet, though. Not quite yet, though. Almost. Okay. And we got our odds and ends. Wires, sticks. And then let's grab, not that. Let's see. Molten crackle, ground, earth, freaking texture stuff. Let's grab that. And regular mud. And shake. Okay. Sandpaper. All right. And then let's grab our little box of bits and pieces and junk and stuff. And all of any pieces that you've cut and stole from other things. Get you a little box and just put all them little bits in there. Anytime you want to kit bash something, you'll have tons of little itty bitty pieces to just grab from. That's what I did earlier today. Pulled out the pieces I thought might work. And they're little pieces. There are a couple of these little containers full of stuffs. Even stuff like some toy hands. You never know when. Or where's that one at? I had like this demonic finger too, a big demonic finger. Reminded me of some Dark Souls stuff. Yeah. Boom, bam. Sweet. I think that's good. So, pre-concept drawing, build base up, wrought iron, tire, check the base up, and try to get the weapon upward. That's what we came up with. That's pretty good. All right, let's blend everything with the mud. Let's blend everything with the mud. Let's just get this old boy out. And we'll just put a little bit of water right there. Go. And we don't need any grass pieces. It's like a junkyard-ish theme. Yeah, junkyard-ish theme. Yeah. Okay. Let's grab a brush. Which brush? Not that one. Which one is this? No, not the expensive ones. Not the new. Yeah, I think we can use this one. Just a shitty brush here. Camera would stop being dumb. Just a poopy brush. Poo poo brush. And we just have some uh, technical mud goop. Mud goop. Chunky. Chunky. And then we can kind of blend everything in together. Ooh, they're still super glue wet. Okay. Chunk some of that out. There we go. Some good poop looking mud. Nice. Pack it. And if you did too much, like I just did, a little water and soak it off. that shit off of there. Get it off. You want that detail still there. Okay. All right. Keep packing. I'm just trying to blend everything in. Poo poo pack it in. I'm just trying to fill those gaps up. Make sure it look like it's been sticking out of the dirt for a long time. Nothing on my rim either. Okay. Okay. Let's pack it. I guess poo poo has many uses. Yes. Just put the poo poo in the seam and packs it in. Yeah. Let's pack it in. Looks like poop. Definitely looks like poop. Kind of. Kind of looks like poop. Yeah. The tire needs to be. Let's use a smaller brush. Smaller brush time. We'll rinse these real good after. Smaller poop brush time. Let's get that tire looking like it's sitting in mud. It's sitting there for a little bit. Sitting in that mud for a while. Just adding a little bit of textures. Same with that piece. It's been there for a bit. Yeah. Maybe a little bit on the bottom of this foot here. Did I almost use all this mud? I have almost used all of this mud from all the past projects. Is my dog whining? Might hear my dog crying. It is his lunchtime. That's why once we finish this, we'll have to take a little break. Yeah. Okay, not bad. Let's start with the mud. Okay. Stop with the mud real quick. Got poo poo on my hands. Got poo poo on my hands. Okay. Brush half-ass cleaned. And then we're going to take this uh, this technical black earth paint. It actually crackles and it helps blend in some of this stuff too. And I used it on my Gazgul model, and it actually worked real well for the base to blend in everything and give it some crackle effect. So I'm kind of gonna slightly mix it in with some of this. This kind of helps. I like to call faking it in. Fakes everything in to look blended together. And when you prime it, it helps set the crackle because it can flake some. So yeah, just a little bit of that. Nothing on the rim. Mm-hmm. Okay. So a little effect paint. It'll take a minute to dry and crackle and take effect. But it'll look pretty solid afterwards. Alright, let me rinse this really fast. Really fast here. 1 second, please. Oh, don't make a mess. Yeah, I always make a mess. I always make a mess in my sink. Okay, boys. Alright, and throw that shit back up there. Bam. Quick little wipe. That way, everything's clean. Boom. Don't need that anymore. And there you go. There's a little kit bashing. Now it looks like a bunch of poo-poo, but trust me. Once that shit dries and you prime it, just trust the method. The mucky, dirty mess that is a base with a posed kit bash. In poo-poo we trust. Yes, in poo-poo we trust because if you entrust in the poo-poo, this is what the poo-poo can give you. This is what the poo-poo will end up looking like. See all the realistic, see the cracking and stuff? That's that molten garbage. And all that poo-poo blending. See the little cracks and stuff in the ground? Like it will look good. That looks solid for a base. So, and trust in the poo-poo method. because poo-poo method will turn into that. There's some believable ground, I think. Oh, let's let that bad boy dry. And we can always, no, I think that's good. That's good. He's up on a mound, straightened his back up, changed his arm positioning, gave him a little fwind. Got some stuff on there. Yep. And I think that dinosaur footprint, I think I'll put a little resin in there so it looks like water, a little mud, a little mud water action, kind of like this one, if you remember. Let's try to zoom in here. We added muddy, watery footprints. Muddy, watery footprints to the tightest one. So I think that big old giant dinosaur footprint that's in there, right underneath him. See it? See it down there? I'll put a little water in there. It's a little two-part epoxy resin. It's clear. Looks like water. So yeah, cool. Nice little base there. And this is his standard size base. So he is rule ready. So anybody that is afraid to do anything, you got plenty of room on this guy's standard size base. Straight out of his box, so still playable. Unlike unlike some of those display ones I've done. These two big ones, you can't play. Those are just for looks, right? But the rest of them are playable, right-sized bases, so this guy will be too. And the more I touch it, the more poo-poo I get on my fingers. Well, let's just set her down. Okay, there you go, boys. We'll take a break, get some lunch. Take care of my dogs. That was 3.5 hours of putting them together and kit bashing them up. So that took quite a bit of time. It'll probably take that long to paint him easily. Yeah, if not a little longer. We'll see. We shall see. And he's got quite a bit of detail in there. I didn't have my camera all zoomed in today because I wouldn't have been able to see. He's a little bigger, a little easier to see than Cyclops, so I should actually be able to do some somewhat decent detail. Cyclops is a little smaller. Yeah, I got more real estate. That should work out pretty good. All right, boys. I'm done. We'll get out. Maybe later in the afternoon sometime. Once this dries and I prime it, it'll be good to go. I'm out. See you next time. Peace.